Hey, sure a beautiful view right there, isn't it? You know, I'm hoping, guys, that this spot will give you a sense of peace and maybe bring some joy to you too. So hey, here's a question for you. How do you win life's battles? I thought today I would share with you how I, Mark Heidt, a Christian man of faith, wins life's battles. You know, I just hope that you'll take a few minutes to listen to the whole video and then maybe use some of these biblical principles that I've been taught, and maybe they'll help you. Feel free to leave a comment below for our group to see on how you win life's battles. You know, we're all doing life together, and life is easier when you have someone to come alongside you and just assist you. You know, don't forget, you weren't created to do life alone. Crazy things are happening right now with all this fighting in today's society. You know, my hope is that, you'll open your heart up a little bit in your mind to this information, and it'll help you win some battles of life that maybe you're dealing with right now. You know, guys, honestly, I'm not here to beat you over the head with my Christian faith. You know, I'm just really sensing and I'm feeling in my heart that there may be some of you out there that watch this. You know, some of you could maybe use this information to help you get through one of these current life battles that we're dealing with. So hey guys, again, my name is Mark. Welcome to Hit the Mark today. You know, real quick, if you like these videos, hit the like, subscribe, and share buttons for me. And if you enjoy listening to them, please click the little icon bell below, and what that does is that just gives you notifications for future videos and when I release them. So hey, positively impacting people every day by sharing the message of hope is my goal, and I want to thank you in advance for joining me on this journey. So, is your mind at peace? Does this view bring a little joy? All right, I hope you're ready. Here's how I, Mark Heidt, win life's battles. First of all, you have to identify the enemy. You see, many of us have no clue who the real enemy is. You know, we seem to think it's a person who maybe is interested in taking our job, or maybe it's our spouse, or maybe it's money. But many times the enemy is our own attitude. It's not so much what's happening that gets us down, it's our response to the situation. Before you can win on a personal level, you must identify the enemy. We see a big problem, we panic, we become fearful, about what's going on, or maybe what just happened to us. And in truth, fear isn't all bad unless we deal with it the wrong way. We can use it to motivate us to conquer the problem and drive us closer to God. That's what I do, But it's when we get discouraged and give up because of that fear. Maybe we get angry. And I know a lot of times we always are asking, why me? That's when fear defeats us. So if you're in a situation that's filling you with fear and anxiety today, remember this: God doesn't respond to need. He responds to faith, which to me is just belief and trust that He is in control. Hey, I've done some past videos on fear, and I hope you get a chance to check them out. I'll leave a link below in the comment box, and also put one here at the top of this page for you to click on. So let's keep going here. Secondly, we have to admit your own shortage. Well, what does that mean, Mark? Well, that just means maybe you're deficient or lacking in some things. The only people God can't help are those who don't think they need His help. This is one of my biggest struggles. I admit it. You see, I love to compete. Okay, it's in my blood. And because I'm one of those competitors, I always find a way to try to make a play, and I get impatient and sometimes angry waiting for God to do his part. Know what I mean? But I must understand that I'm not alone in this current battle that I'm dealing with. God has other people that will come into the picture, like teammates. And they all play a part in moving me forward towards a breakthrough or towards victory. Remember that competitor thing? I love to win. And again, I'm not good at being still, but sometimes you have to wait for the door to be open for you by the one that God gave the key to. It's crazy. Many times when my enthusiasm exceeds my intelligence, I just try to kick down the door. And when that happens, it always has caused more troubles, because what was on the other side of the door I wasn't prepared for yet. I think you know what I mean. Often our eyes are on everything and everyone except God. And he's the one who can solve our problems. Your circumstances are like a mattress. Have you heard this? If you're on top of it, you rest easy. But if you're underneath your circumstances, it can suffocate you. I, Mark Heidt, can't live the Christian life on my own strength because I have a power shortage. I need the power that comes from letting God's Spirit live through me. Since I'm a Canadian and I'm a huge hockey fan, I'll use this scenario for you. Try to imagine a hockey stick on its own. It's sort of lifeless and powerless. It just lays there. But once I grab the hockey stick the right way in my hands, it becomes useful and effective. And if you fight in your own strength, you'll lose. But when you draw on the power of God's determination that's within you, and you do it the right way, you win. All right, let's keep going here. The third way, you have to take your problems to God. I'm sure you've all heard of prayer. Guys, prayer, which is a sincere request for help or an expression of thanks addressed to God, is often the last thing we think of. Why? Well, it's because we want to work out our problems on our own. Competitors. When you're facing life's battles, prayer should be the first resort, not the last. I'm trying to learn that every day. All right, fourth thing to win life's battles, you got to learn how to relax in faith. And faith is just, to me, my belief and trust in God. You see, the battle is not yours, but God's. Many of us wear ourselves out trying to fight God's battles with our own strength. Then we end up crawling back on our hands and knees, disappointed because, we think we've let God down. Guys, listen to this here. We don't hold God up. He holds us up. We don't have him in our hands. He has us in his hands. Remember, salvation is a free gift. God doesn't need us to micromanage things. He has everything under control, and he wants us to relax and let him live through us. Here's the bottom line. Victory in life is a gift from God. Mark Heidt loves victory. Do you? All right, number 5. Stand firm. That just means strong and secure. Like I mentioned earlier, for me, it's standing at a door that is, not ready to be open yet. What does it mean to stand firm when you're in a crisis? Well, to me, that's just a mental attitude of quiet confidence. You've seen these people. This is something that I'm slowly learning. It's never God's will for me to run from a difficult situation and go find another door to kick it down. And if I do, the situation will only follow me and catch up with me a little further down the line. It may not look the same, but it'll be the same. Why? Well, I think because God wants to teach me that He is sufficient for any problem that I'm dealing with. If I don't learn this today, maybe I'll learn it next week. Maybe I'll learn it next year. But eventually I'll learn it. And as you guys know, the sooner you learn, the better. I'll give you an example. This was really difficult for me when I was a young businessman. You see, I was full of energy and wanted to go nonstop 24/7, which is impossible. I learned really fast that you get exhausted trying to do that. And I have no mental game when I'm exhausted. And if you have no mental game, you have no game. Let me say that again. If you have no mental game, you have no game. We can save ourselves problems by standing firm and waiting on God in some quiet confidence. Again, we stand firm on the character of God. To me, Mark Heidt, God is faithful, and I depend on Him. All right. Next one, number 6. Thank God in advance. This is something that I have really improved on lately. As many of you know, I have an ill wife who suffers tremendously from multiple sclerosis. She's in the advanced stages of this disease. But I still have to thank God in advance for victory for both my wife Debbie and for me also. Even though I don't know what the next breakthrough or victory will be. Guys, for me, thanking Him gives me, Mark Heidt, strength. And it also gives me energy to keep in the fight. You can't win if you bow out and go in another direction. I see so much of that in the world today. People just aren't willing to keep fighting all the way to victory. It's sad, man. It's sad. It breaks my heart. People just throw in the towel and go on to something else. It's crazy. It's really crazy. So hey guys, I want to tell you a funny story that comes out of the Bible about victory. It's a crazy, crazy story. But hold on a sec. I just want to sort of turn and enjoy the view. I hope you had a chance to check out this beauty spot that I found here. Pretty spectacular, eh? How great is the world that we live in. The beauty to me is just continues to be phenomenal. Look at that view. Wow. It is absolutely spectacular. It is absolutely spectacular, this view here. Right there. It's beautiful. So I hope you've had a chance to enjoy that view. And as I wrap this up, guys, again, do me a favor. Feel free to leave a comment below on ways that you maybe win life's battles. And let me encourage you to check out some of the other videos from Hit the Mark today on some different topics. And I hope they bless you. And if they do, share them with people. Again, our goal is to positively impact people every day by using the message of hope. Okay, let me finish this with a story from the Bible. And that, when you hear it, you're going to think, no way, really? So imagine standing on a mountaintop, looking across the valley towards another mountain. A big battle is about to take place down below, between the mountains in the valley. And on the other mountain, there's 3 enemy nations that are poised and waiting to devastate you. This is a story in the Bible of the Israelites. They had to deal with this. You know, the Israelites were on a mountain. They had a leader. His name was Jehoshaphat. And this is how he explains God's battle plan. Check this out. It's a crazy plan. Oh, wait a minute. Did I just call God's plan crazy? Anyways, okay, back to the story. So Jehoshaphat says, all of you who sing in the choir, I want you to go in front of the army, front of the fighters. So the army goes marching into battle with the choir in the front of the battle, and they just start singing praises to God. Are you kidding me? Did the plan work? Yes, it did. You know, the opposing armies got so confused and ended up killing each other, and all the Israelites had to do was divide up the plunder. Man, they should make that into a movie. Wow, that'd be pretty awesome to watch. So, why did God do this way? Good question, huh? Well, as a visual object lesson to teach us to praise and thank Him and have faith even before the victory takes place. When you pray, when I pray, God, you know I have problems, but I want to thank you in advance because there's no situation that you can't take care of. 3 things happen. Okay, let's go. Ready? Number 1, your atmosphere changes. You no longer feel afraid because you have the assurance of God's presence. Number 2, aim. Your attitude changes. And then you begin to say, God, this may be too big for me, but it's not too big for you. I say that a lot, especially fighting the disease my wife has. All right, number 3, fire. Your approach changes. Instead of speaking words of doubt, you start speaking words of faith. And because your faith honors God, He honors your faith, and the battle begins to turn into your favor. And here's another important key to victory, guys. You know, don't just praise God for a while and then quit. Keep praising Him until a breakthrough or a victory comes. I have to continue to do that. And sometimes it's difficult. But this is what Mark Heidt does, a man of faith, to help him win life's battles. So let me challenge you to do the same thing so you can go and celebrate a victory. You see, celebrating victory this way means I, Mark Heidt, a Christian man of faith, gets to hit the mark today. Don't forget that beautiful view